In this video, I'm going to show you how to add your cameras to a SharpTools dashboard. Hi, this is Justin from Simply Smart, where we make smart home technology as easy as 1, 2, 3. So if you're interested in smart home technology, consider subscribing for more content like this. Also, if you're interested in building the ultimate smart home, check out the video description for the 3 simple steps to get started. In this video, what we're going to do is add our Wyze cameras to our SharpTools dashboard so we can easily use them right on a dashboard. So we've already set up tinyCam Pro on our Nvidia Sheild, and I'll leave a link in the video description if you missed that video. You're going to have to get your cameras set up on tinyCam Pro first, and then once you have that set up, then we can come over to SharpTools. Now that is basically the hardest part, is setting up your cameras. Once you get those into tinyCam Pro, it'll automatically convert them to the correct format so they can be streaming on a dashboard. The first thing we need to do is we need to go to our account and you go to Manage Resources. All right, once in Manage Resources, what we want to do is add media. We're going to go down and create media, and then we're just going to put in our cameras. So I'm going to start all of them out with Wyze, because they're going to be the Wyze cameras that we're adding. And then the path is the most important part. So this is what the path will be, and I'll leave this down in the video description as well. So this part right here is the address of your web server. And you can see right to the left, I took a picture of our web server in the tinyCam app. So yours is probably going to be exactly the same, except for where mine says 56, it's probably going to be a different number. If you didn't change the port, it's going to be 8083, and then just make sure all of this is the same. And then at the last part here, you would put in a number. So I just had 1 in there because you're always going to have a number 1 if you have any cameras. And if you wanted to see what this is, so it's going to show a preview right here of what it is. Enable auto refresh is optional because this is a video, so it's going to be constantly refreshing itself. But say if you had an issue, what I like to do is just click on enable refresh and just put in, say, 90 minutes. Every 90 minutes it will refresh itself if it got stuck. Now also up here, if you change the equals and then the number here, say if I change this to number 2, now you can see it's changed to my garage. So I would know that that is the garage. And if I change this to be number 3, it changes to Ari's room. So as soon as you type it in, if you are not getting a preview, there may be something wrong with your path. So check that and make sure that all of this stuff at the beginning is correct. So what we're going to do is just hit create here. And then we're just going to go ahead and add our other 2 cameras the exact same way. Also, if you had a username and password in tinyCam, what you would want to do is append this to your path. And I'll leave this in the video description. So it's an and sign user equals, and then it's going to be whatever your username is, and then it's going to be whatever your password is. In the other video, we deleted our username and password, so it's completely blank just to keep it simple for this example. We're going to click on update here, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my garage and Ari's room real quick. Alright, so I've added my 3 Wyze cams here. Now there's also, you can also add your Wyze cams or any of your cameras to be just an image. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So let's do the garage. So we're going to do Wyze garage image. And then this is going to be the path here. So it's going to be the same beginning part, just the middle is a little bit different here with JPEG and image and all that. Now this is very important for this. So your image, if you don't auto refresh this, it's going to be the same image basically forever. So you can change over here to minutes or seconds. So let's just change this to seconds, and let's just make this, let's make that 10 seconds. We're going to go ahead and create that. Actually, I'm going to put parentheses up here and just going to put 10 there. That way I know that the refresh is 10 seconds. I'm going to hit create there. All right, so we have our 3 cameras and we have an image that's a Wyze camera as well. So now it's very easy to add these to a dashboard. So we're just going to go over to our dashboards and we're going to create a new dashboard. Wyze cameras, create, and now we just need to add a tile. We're going to click on add tile, and where you're going to want to go is your media tiles. And then here you can see the Wyze stuff that we added. Let's just go ahead and add each one of these. And then you can just tap off. All right, so we have Ari's room, we have the garage, and these two are still refreshing. You can hit save here, and then you can refresh your browser. All right, so remember we have 2 of these. One of these is the actual video, and one of them is an image. So hopefully something will happen where something will drive by. And now let's go down and click on the edit and edit again. Now we have the 3 little dots in the corners. And let's make these all a little bit bigger. So these are pretty small now. And we just go to dimensions, change the height to 3 and 6 maybe, and save. All right, so now each one of these is basically we're basically taking up the entire screen. Now one of these garage ones here is an image. 3 little dots here, click on edit. So this one is the image here. So this one is just a static image, and then every 10 seconds it will update the image. Now when we go into the edit, we also have a few more options. So on a tap on the tile, you can open the media full screen, you can refresh the media, or you can open a hyperlink. So you would use refresh media if you never wanted this to get any larger and you just wanted to be able to refresh it by tapping it. You would want to use the open media full screen if you wanted to make the video larger. And to use the hyperlink, I'm going to show you a good way of using that on the image. We're just going to keep open media full screen on this one. Now we also do have some media scaling options. Under here we have 3 different options. Right now it's cover. So that will basically cover the entire tile, but it won't stretch anything to make it fit. So you can see, you can't see, on this one here you can see the date at the bottom. On this one you see nothing at the bottom. So if I just change this to be fill and we save this, now you can see that it's trying to fit the image into this shape. So now we can see the time and the date. Now if we change this to contain, hit save, now what it's doing is it's going to use the aspect ratio of the actual device, and then it's going to add like a gray strip on either side. So that is if you don't want anything to be cut off. Now there's one other option at the bottom here, which is media position, and there's a little tip down here. Use 0 for top and 50 for middle, or 100 for the bottom alignment. Now since we have it contained, it won't move the image at all because you're seeing all of the image. Let's go back and let's do cover and let's hit save. So now you can see that there is no date or time at the bottom. So now if we go back into the settings and go to the media position, Now it will make a difference if we move it up or down. So let's put 100 for bottom alignment and save. And now you can see it's moved the video up and you can see the date and time again. So that is basically all of the options on the tiles themselves. Same thing with this one down here. See how it's a little bit cut off? If we click on here, click on edit, and let's move this to be 100 and click save. Now we can see our Wyze logo and the date and the time here. But this one is static. But what you can do with a static image is you can go to the edit, and instead of opening the media full screen, you can use a hyperlink. And then what we can do is we can actually put in a hyperlink here. And we could have it be the same camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have it be another camera. So I'm going to have it be on the living room here. So I'm putting in the exact same path that we used to set up these media tiles. All right, so if we save this dashboard now we will have our cameras. And now if we tap on this one, it will open it up large. Tap it again, it will be small. Same thing with this one. Now this one is, remember, the one that we did a hyperlink with. So also notice that I have a magnifying glass with a plus sign on these, and I have a finger on this one. So if I click on that, it will open up the living room stream full screen, and you can see it opened in a new window at the top. Actually, I think that's a little bit better because you can see that this opens up the full screen, whereas these, when you tap on them, they just get bigger, but they're still the same size as the actual tile. So let's try this out. So we're going to actually go into here, and let's just click on the edit in the bottom here. Click on edit and just go up to the three little dots at the top and click edit. And let's go ahead and on action tap, let's open a hyperlink, and we're going to change this to be Ari's camera. So we're going to paste in that same link we used before, user number 3. What we'll do is when we tap on Ari's room, it will actually open up Ari's room completely large in a new window. So if we tap on save and we save our dashboard, now when we tap on Ari's room, it will be completely large and take up the entire screen. And then to get rid of it, you would just hit the X button and it would come back to your dashboard. Oh, and here you can see that someone is walking by with their stroller, and then up here, since this is just a picture, they started in the frame here and now they're jumped over here. So that's a perfect example. And here we have someone walking by, like 2 kids. Up here you don't see them in the picture because this is just a picture being refreshed every 10 seconds. And that is it. That's basically how you add your cameras to your SharpTools dashboard. You can see it's super easy once you get all of your cameras into tinyCam Pro. Say if you didn't want to have them take up the full screen, you can just have them be really small. So you can just have them come in, just do 1 by 2. This is going to be really small, and then you can have all of your home control stuff over here. If we save our dashboard, tap on that, it's going to get big. So you can have little ones there, and they're still live videos. You'll still be able to see what's going on. But if you really want to take a look, is Ari still sleeping? Yep, he's in his crib. Or no, he's not. You can easily just tap on that and see. Having tablets all around your house and having your videos all around your house, it just makes it so much easier than going into an app. You can just walk by and see what's going on in the garage, what's going on in the living room, what's going on in Ari's room. And obviously the more cameras you have, you can just add them all in here. Maybe have one dashboard that has a bunch of little ones, and then you just tap them to see them larger. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. And this is just such a powerful integration with SharpTools to be able to see all of your cameras. And by using tinyCam, you can also take different brands and bring it right into your SharpTools. So I hope you found that video helpful. As you can see, it's not that hard. It's just a little bit of setup, and I will leave all the links and everything that you need to get this set up in the video description. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see you in the next video.